Okay, today's daf is Yoma Nun Gimel, Yoma 53. The Mishnah says on Nun Beis Mad Beis, Yatza Ubalo Bederach Beis Knisaso, Mispalo Tefillah Ksara Beis Hachitzon. It says that the Kohen Gadol, after he came out of the Kodesh HaKadoshim, he would leave an interesting way. He wouldn't just leave, turn his back on the Kodesh HaKadoshim. He would walk out. Rashi says, "Derech nisaso g'shem shenichel sheholach l'daram ad shegiya la'aron panav klapi daram kach k'shiyatza lo hisav es panav latzeis el yotzi derech achoru panav la'aron." He says he walks backwards, going out. How he would see where he's going, not entirely clear, but we'll see in a second. Then he is mispal tefillah ksara beis hachizon. Where is his beis hachizon? What are we talking about over here? So Rashi on Nun Gimel with Beis, or actually on the Mishnah he says Beis Hachitzon Behechal. He says in the Kodesh, not outside of the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Based on the shir I said yesterday, on Nun Beis, we learned that we hold like the Rabbanon that in the Beit Sheni there was two curtains there, and there was a space in between, so you could walk in between. So technically, we learn Midoraisa it's considered to be, since Ein Ba Hechra is the Kula Midoraisa, and we're not sure what that Amatroxin is, so therefore we assume it's actually outside Midoraisa of the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Midrabbanan, Midivrei Neviim, they said that made a Gzeira D'Rabbanan to the machshav it as part of the Kodesh HaKadoshim Midrabbanan. So I want to say Beis Hachitzon, not like Rashi. He's actually in the middle of this Amatrox, in the middle between the curtains. That's why the Gemara says in Gimel Beis there was a Maisa where a Kohen Gadol was davening too long, and they went in. They were going in to go after him. Kohanim could always technically be in the Heichal. I guess I'm kidding, maybe not, but so it sounds like the Kohanim were going into this makom. They're thinking about going towards the makom of between the curtains. It seems like he was standing between the curtains. That's what I would like to say. Okay, share first. Copyrighted it. Don't try to steal it from me. So basically, that's what's going on over here. Now the Gemara, and then Gimel, Amar Aleph says, when the Gemara quotes the Mishnah, towards the bottom, Yatsa Balo Derech Knisa. So interesting, the way it quotes the Mishnah is a little different. It says Yatsa Balo Derech Knisa. So the Mishnah says Yatsa Balo B'derech Beis Knisa. So it adds the word bias, and it says B'derech, not Derech. Rashi on the Mishnah had a different gear on our Mishnah. He says Derech Knisa. So either way, the Gemara asked Menani Mili. Amar Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amar Yonas, and Amar Karav, Yavo Shlomo Labama Asher B'Givon Yerushalayim. And the Gemara learns from a pasuk that when he was going to do the avodah on a bama, so when he left from the bama, he went backwards. But the Gemara says he went backwards. The Gemara says, Ma biyaso Mishlam B'Givon Panav Klape Bama K'derech Biyaso Af Yitziyaso B'Givon Yerushalayim Panav Klape Bama K'derech Biyaso. V'chein kohanim b'avadas and levim educhan yishav b'mavanag shen yiftaran li machzir pnei b'holchen el mitzadin pnei b'holchen. V'chein taman and iftar merabel yachzir panav yelech el mitzadid panav b'holich. It says what they used to do is they didn't walk directly backwards. They actually walked to the side. They walked sideways, and so they'd be able to see where they're going backwards, so they wouldn't get hurt. I want to say over here that the Gemara is bringing the Makor. It's changing the word specifically when it quotes the Mishnah. I'll tell you there's two different dinim over here, and there was two parts of the Kohen Gadol leaving the Kodesh HaKadoshim. When he was first leaving the actual Kodesh HaKadoshim, from between the Bein Abadim until he got to the start of the between the two curtains, that he would walk directly backwards. There's not so much sakana over there. There was a lot of room there. That's base Knisa, so the bias is where the real Midoraisa, the real Kodesh HaKadoshim was, according to all opinions of Midoraisa. This Gemara Yatso Balo Derech Knisa, so it's talking about while he's walking through the curtains, he should walk sideways, because there it's only an amma width and might fall. So therefore, you walk sideways. And that's why the Gemara says you learn from this pasuk by Shlomo that when you're doing avoda, you walk sideways. Now, the Gemara on the Gimel Beis says that when you mispalel sharach sheyafsia shalosh psios la'achor v'achar tititein shalom. When you daven Shemona Esrei, you have to take 3 steps backwards. Everyone assumes those are really 3 steps backwards. What's the difference? I want to suggest that the Kodesh HaKadoshim is considered to be exactly like Tefillah, like Shemona Esrei. Where it says, what's the makor for Tefillah? Ezi avodah shebalev, heavy omer zu Tefillah. That's the Gemara in the beginning of Tainus. Is avodah shebalev, avodah in your heart, the supreme avodah. Now, avodah where you're supposed to have mora for, yira, is Tefillah, Shemona Esrei. And that's equivalent to the Kodesh HaKadoshim, because it says that a person, the Gemara says in Brachos, that a person should mechavin libo, ultimately mechavin libo when he's davening to the Kodesh HaKadoshim. So that the Kodesh HaKadoshim is like the leiv of a person. It's like the leiv of a person in his tefillah. It's the same thing. So when he's leaving the Kodesh HaKadoshim, he has to go backwards, because that's a matzav of mora. And mora, when you're in intense fear, you're mevatel yourself to something. There's no shutfus. You're mevatel yourself, so you have to walk directly backwards, even though it's a sakana. When it comes to a regular avoda on the bama, or the Gemara says when a person's niftar mirabo, he's learning Torah. Now the Gemara says when you learn Torah from your Rebbe, you're supposed to give kavod to your Rebbe. There is an inyan of mora by your Rebbe, but I think that's Rabbi Muvak maybe. But normally, when you learn Torah from your Rebbe, you walk backwards sideways, because by Torah is equivalent to avoda on the Mizbeach HaChitzon, or any other tefillah that you would daven, like Psuki de Zimra or Birchos Kriyat Shema. Those tefillos, or like the tefillah Ktsara that the Kohen Gadol daven, the Beis HaChitzon, he would daven in between the 2 curtains. Those are all an inyan of kavod. And when you have a kavod, you do a little bit of kavod, that you walk sideways, but you take care to make sure you're safe and you're not going to fall. So that's what it comes out. It comes out that there's an inyan of mora by the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and by Tefillah Shemona Esrei you walk backwards, and by other things, by Torah, for example, where it says that a person's kona Torah by Torah delay after he's amalbo, it's Torah delay. There's an inyan of having your own Torah and having a shutfis in Torah with your Rebbe. So then you show kavod, you walk sideways to make sure you're walking safe.